Thank you, David, and thanks for this huge turnout today in Los Angeles ahead of, I guess, a crazy night on Saturday night. And it's been a joy working with KSI and Logan Paul for the build-up of this fight. It's completely blown my mind. The numbers that we're seeing on the pre-subscription buys for DAZN, for Sky Sports Box Office, for Fight TV are just crazy. And we're going to embrace this, we're going to enjoy it, and for the time we're going to talk about what is some call an undercard press conference. I don't really call it that. I think every fight on this card, particularly on the TV broadcast, is a main event. Of course, 2 world championship fights on this card and 2 of the very best pound-for-pound fighters already in the world of boxing. We know that there's a whole new audience coming to this sport on Saturday night, and the aim for us is to make sure that this audience gets to see greatness, that gets to fall in love with all the things that we fell in love with this sport of boxing. And when you watch people like Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney, you must become instant fans. So our plan to create a huge global audience on Saturday and make sure they stick around, stay in the sport of boxing and follow all of these great fighters. Of course, our 2 principal broadcasters on Saturday night, DAZN in the USA and Sky Sports Box Office in the UK, both been huge supporters of ours for a long, long time. DAZN, in existence for just over 1 year, has had an incredible start to the sport of boxing. And even when you look over the last 5-6 weeks, how many Fight of the Year contenders have you seen during that period? Gennady Golovkin against Sergey Derevyanchenko, the return of Alexander Usyk to the heavyweight division. From the UK, Robbie Davis Jr. against Lewis Ritson in a Fight of the Year. From the UK as well on our card, Prograis against Taylor, unification matchup for the 140-pound division. Also today, we saw an incredible fight between Inoue and Donaire on DAZN and Sky Sports for the final of the WBS, another Fight of the Year contender, and of course, pound-for-pound #1 Canelo Alvarez in an incredible performance last week, stopping Sergey Kovalev to become a 4-weight world champion. Incredible stuff. We have this weekend, we have Monaco on November the 30th. We have Callum Smith defending his World Super Middleweight Championship and Ring Magazine belt November the 23rd in Liverpool. And who can forget December 7th, 1 month today, the biggest fight of the year, one of the biggest fights in history. Anthony Joshua rematches Andy Ruiz for the Unified Heavyweight World Championship from Saudi Arabia. It's all to come. Firstly, Billy Joe Saunders against the unbeaten Marcelo Coceres. This is a great fight, great opportunity for Billy Joe Saunders to make his US debut. It's long overdue, and we want to thank Mario Margosian for helping us make this fight with Coceres. We want to thank the WBO as well, the president Paco Valcazar, for all his help in putting this fight together, and also Billy Joe Saunders making the first defence of his WBO Super Middleweight World Championship after already winning the WBO Middleweight World Championship. If you haven't seen Billy Joe Saunders fight, this is a real gift to see. This guy is, I believe, one of the most naturally talented fighters to ever come out of the UK, and he sits now on the verge of all the mega fights in boxing. Everybody looks at Canelo Alvarez as the main guy to beat, and we're lucky enough at Matchroom and DAZN to have 5 guys that are queuing up to fight him. Gennady Golovkin, Demetrius Andrade, Demetrius Bivol, Callum Smith, and of course, Billy Joe Saunders. I believe Billy Joe Saunders is a real dark horse to fight Canelo Alvarez on Cinco de Mayo, and I know that it's a challenge that he would love to take. I believe that he has the ability to be a pound-for-pound great in the sport, but first, he must overcome a fight that he's expected to win, but one that won't come easy on Saturday night against a very good, undefeated challenger in Marcelo Coceres. So the first half of that, ladies and gentlemen, from Argentina, Marcelo Coceres.
Hola, muy buenas tardes. Bueno, primero que nada quiero agradecer a los promotores que hoy hicieron posible que esté en donde estoy. Y también agradecerle a Saunders por la oportunidad que me da para pelear por este título mundial, ¿no? Y bueno, vine a ganarme mi lugar acá en los Estados Unidos y bueno, voy por todo, por mis hijos, por el estudio, por la comida. Vine a ganar y a llevarme el título. Gracias.
Good afternoon. Thank you to the promoters who make this fight possible and made where I am possible. Thanks Saunders for the opportunity to fight him for this world title. I came to win in the US, going for everything, for my kids, their studies and their food, and to win and take this home. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcelo. And as I said, one of the great talents from world boxing. It's his first fight in America. It's his first fight on the zone. And I'm delighted that it's his first fight with Matchroom Boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning world super middleweight champion, Billy Joe Saunders.
There we go, people. I'll tell you what, Eddie Hearn can talk. So, just first of all, I want to say a big thank you to everyone coming out. Thank God for our health and strength. But, I need to showcase some skills here in America. No one really knows me here, but you will do art Saturday night. Big thank you to my management, MTK, and obviously my full team. But, no disrespect to my opponent. I'm here to put a showcase on to, show how levels are made. I'm at Canelo, Golovkin, all the big names. They've been hiding a long time now, so I'm two-weight world champion. And I'm really hoping to put on a good performance in front of the American crowd. Thanks to the Zone and obviously Matchroom Boxing. I hope you enjoy your night. Some good fights, some super talent on the card, and a couple of YouTubers. God bless you all.
Bueno, primeramente dar las gracias a Dios por darme la oportunidad de estar aquí. A mi equipo de trabajo, que ha hecho un excelente trabajo conmigo. A mi promotor, Juan Orengo, por confiar en mí. Y nada, ansioso de que llegue el sábado, para que el mundo sepa quién es Alfredo Santiago. Gracias.
First of all, thank God for having me here, my team who I work with, and the promoters for having the confidence in me. On Saturday night, everyone's going to know the name Alfredo Santiago. Thank you.
And finally, as I said, one of the biggest stars now in American boxing, future US superstar, undefeated WBC world lightweight champion, Devin the Dream Haney.
First off, I want to thank God, my team, my dad, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, the Zone, all the media that came out today. This fight I'm going into it with a chip on my shoulder. I feel like the world, the boxing fans isn't acknowledging me as the WBC world champion. So come Saturday night, I will show them. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna put on a great performance, and if he can weather the storm, the boxing fans get a chance to see everything that Devin Haney is made of. If he can't, then it'll be a early night. So tune in Saturday night. I'm gonna put on a great performance. And I started to leave my belt in the car. I didn't want him breathing on my belt, but they brought it to me. So just tune in Saturday night. I will show the world I'm one of the best fighters in the world.
Yep.
Gotcha.